हरिः ओं कूजन्तं राम रामेति मधुरं मधुराक्षरम् आरुह्य कविताशाखां वन्दे वाल्मीकिकोकिलं वाल्मीकेर्मुनिसिंहस्य कवितावनचारिणः शृण्वन् रामकथानादं को न याति परां गतिं जयत्यतिबलो रामः लक्ष्मणश्च महाबलः राजा जयति सुग्रीवो राघवेण अभिपालितः दासोऽहं कौसलेन्द्रस्य रामस्य अक्लिष्टकर्मणः हनूमान् शत्रुसैन्यानां निहन्ता मारुतात्मजः न रावणसहस्रं मे युद्धे प्रतिफलं भवेत् शिलाविस्तु प्रहरतः पादपैश्च सहस्रशः अर्धयित्वा पुरीं लङ्काम् अभिवाद्य च मैथिलीं समृद्धार्तो गमिष्यामि मिषतां सर्वराक्षसां नमोऽस्तु रामाय स लक्ष्मणाय देव्यै च तस्यै जनकात्मजायै नमोऽस्तु रुद्रेन्द्रयमानिलेभ्यो नमोऽस्तु चन्द्रार्कमरुद्गणेभ्यः नमः सभायै। मंगलानि सन्तु। श्री रामायण लाइफ मैनेजमेंट लेक्चर सीरीज में आज तो 98th इन पर्सन सिटिंग एट द हिंदू टेम्पल ऑफ लबक। इन एडिशन ये तो बहुत पावन मास है, पुरुषोत्तम मास, अधिक मास। इसमें ये दूसरा बैठक है। इन द मंथ ऑफ पुरुषोत्तमा दिस इज द सेकंड सिटिंग वेयर वी आर डिस्कसिंग अबाउट द गुणास ऑफ पुरुषोत्तमा। हु इज पुरुषोत्तमा? पुराण पुरुषो विष्णु पुरुषोत्तम उच्यते। नाम्नां सहस्रं वक्ष्यामि तस्य भागवतोद्धृतम्। पूजनीय वल्लभाचार्य ने ये ग्रंथ रचन किया। वो तो विष्णु तो पुराण पुरुष, कृष्ण तो पुराण पुरुष। सो पीपल आस्क्ड हिम, ए महाप्रभु, व्हाट आर यू राइटिंग? आई एम राइटिंग ऑन दी 1000 नेम्स ऑफ पुरुषोत्तमा। Who is Purushottama? He is Vishnu, Sarvavyapi. Purana Purushaha is Anant, Hari Anant, Hari Katha Anant, Sahasranama Anant. Purana Purushaha Vishnu. Why Purushottama? Uchyate, Purana Purushaha Vishnu Uchyate. Then how can you say that Rama is Purushottama, Purana Purusha? He is Purushottama. Valmiki has tried his best to make him a Nara, but he is a Uttama Nara, Nara Vyagra. Oh, when you recite, when you think about Sri Ram, he is none other than Vaikunthavasi. If he is none other than Vaikunthavasi, Vallabhacharya Mahaprabhu बोलते हैं वही पुरुषोत्तमा, पुरुषोत्तमा विष्णु, पुरुषोत्तमा रामः। कैसा है वो राम? हृदय में ध्यान करने तो हमको मिलता है। कैसा है? वामे भूमि सुता पुरस्तु हनुमान पश्चात सुमित्रा सुतः वैकुंठ दर्शन। इसीलिए वल्लभाचार्य कहते हैं वही विष्णु। वो कैसा है? वामे भूमि सुता पुरस्तु हनुमान पश्चात सुमित्रा सुतः शत्रुघ्नो भरतश्च पार्श्वदलयोः वायव्यादिकोणेष्वपि सुग्रीवश्च विभीषणश्च युवराट् तारासुतो जाम्बवान् मध्ये नीलसरोजकोमलरुचिं रामं भजे श्यामलं, रामं भजे हे श्यामलम्। इसीलिए महाप्रभु वल्लभाचार्य ये इसका रचन किया। वो उसके आंक में प्रत्यक्ष हुआ विष्णु कृष्ण स्वरूप में, राम स्वरूप में, क्योंकि वैकुंठ दर्शन। वामे भूमि सुता ऑन द लेफ्ट हैंड साइड, हु इज नन अदर देन सीता मां, इज नन अदर देन महालक्ष्मी। वामे भूमि सुता पुरस्तात् हनुमान, हनुमान जी बैठे हैं पुरस्तात्। पश्चात सुमित्रा सुतः, दास पीछे है, लक्ष्मण है पीछे। शत्रुघ्नो भरतश्च पार्श्वदलयोः, ऑन बोथ साइड्स भरत और शत्रुघ्न। Vayavyadi koneshvapi on all dhik. Like Vaikuntha Darshan, Vaikuntha Dham. Sugrivascha Vibhishanascha Yuvarati Tara Suto Jambavanu Sugriva Vibhishana Jambavan Angat Sabhi वो तो सभी नित्यात्मन Purusha from Vaikuntha, Sugrivascha Vibhishanascha Yuvarati Tara Suto Jambavani. Among all these एक परम पुरुषा बैठता है. कैसा है? मध्य नील कोमल सरोज रुचिम रामं भजे श्यामलम रामं भजे श्यामलम. ये तो राम है तो वही राम पुरुष परम पुरुषा राम विष्णु. इसीलिए ये पुरुषोत्तम मास में हम पुरुषोत्तम की कहानी कथा चर्चा करते हैं. ये चर्चा 98th sitting, this would not have happened without the constant support of एक पुष्टि मार्ग संप्रदायिक श्रेष्ठ श्रीमान जिट्टूबाई जी. इसीलिए ये परम पुरुष विष्णु के चरण में समर्पित करके दास जैसा जिट्टूबाई जैसा दासों की समर्पण करता हूं. In addition, I would not be sitting here without the moral support of Mera Sneh, Suhrut, Dr. Manikavasakam Sundaram, who had helped me enormously to keep my educational, moral and physical strength. Dhanya ho, uski सर्व मंगलानि संतु इति बोल के आज का चर्चा को शुरू करते हैं. जय पुरुषोत्तमा. 98th sitting. So what is happening? माँ Kausalya cries, vilalapa karti hai, and then she takes the rupa of a good mother, having different emotions, deep affection, possessiveness, anger, irrational thoughts, and coming into rational thoughts. She curses her husband. क्या किया आपने? You have to take care of the deeds, the fruits of the deeds, what you do. आज का चर्चा तो cause and effect. What you sow, so you reap. You have to repent, but don't keep on repenting. You have to move on. So 3 slokas Valmiki brings. It is not there in Charitra Manas. It is not in Giridhara. It is not in Adhyatma Ramayan. None other granthas have this. When there is sorrow going on between Dasarath ji and Mata Kausalya, Valmiki, that is the reason wahi Mula Grantha, wahi Sastra Grantha, wahi Kavya, Pratama Kavya. So he brings 3 pearls for us. One can say that he talks about physics. We all know that Newton's third law. Of course, but not many people know Valmiki, and Valmikiyam is a great text not only for Shastra, for science, for geographical understanding, for biology, for physiology, for medicine. So he says, Valmiki, when the discussion is going on between Mata Kausalya and Dasaratha, such a sorrow mood, Valmiki brings the pearls saying that, hey Manushya, Dasaratha says, listen from me. There is a cause and there is an effect. There is an action. If you have an action, there is always reaction. Be aware of it. We all think that Newton came up with the third law. For every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. But more importantly, for every action, there is a reaction. If you do good karma, the phala will be good. If you do bad karma, phala will be bad. So be aware. So this great physical concept, which we attribute with great reference to Sir Nusa Kaitin, long back, as if Dasaratha is telling and discussing with Mata Kausalya, he says, there is a cause and there is an effect. And if you do good cause, you will benefit. So be aware. So he is going to narrate and give an example. Long time back, I did a bad action. Knowingly, unknowingly, I had killed a Munikumar, Shravana Kumar. So I have to take that responsibility. I am not running away. So cause and effect. Aaj ka charcha to cause and effect. So Valmiki here is going to talk physics. Valmiki talks about beautiful kavya. In this sorrowful situation, nobody thinks that you will see more or less gravitational force equations. Cause and effect, reaction, equal action and reaction. But it is not opposite. You do good, you will only get good. That is sampradaya, that is shastra. You are not going to get opposite reaction. If you do good, you are only going to get good result. If you do bad, you are going to get bad results. So be aware. So cause and effect. Phalam anudhavati karma. The fruit, the phala, the result always runs behind karma. If the karma goes straight, the phala will be straight. If the karma goes crooked, the phala will be crooked. Cause and effect. Phalam anudhavati karma. Beautiful. Listen to this shloka. I will deal in depth. Yat acharati kalyani shubham va yadi va shubham tateva labate badre karta karmajam आत्मनः कर्ता कर्मजम. कर्म से उत्पन्न होता है फला. द कर्ता इज रिस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर द फला. दैट इज कॉज एंड इफेक्ट. ग्रेविटेशनल फोर्स जैसा बहुत बढ़िया इक्वेशन. इन दोज डेज वाल्मीकि डिड नॉट राइट इक्वेशन, बट कैन यू बिलीव? कर्ता कर्मजम आत्मनः. आत्मनः कर्मजम कर्ता. कर्ता इज रिस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर द फ्रूट of karma, whether it is good or bad. Shubham va yadi adi shubham yad acharati. Hey Kalyani, hey Kausalya, don't you know why I am suffering? Because of this. Yad acharati Kalyani shubham va yadi va shubham tadeva labate. Badre Kalyani, hey Shubhanayane, hey Kalyani, Badre tatyeva labate. So when man does bad action like me, I am getting this bad effect. Yad acharati kalyani shubham va yadi va shubham tadeva labate badre karta karmajam atmanaha. Krishna, he borrows the same thing many years before Newton. Kshipram hi manushe loke siddhir bhavati karmaja. If you do an action, imagine, be aware, kshipram labate, you will be able to see the result. It is not hiding somewhere. It may take time, but don't think that you have done an action, bad action, nobody is seeing. वो देखता है, आत्मा देखता है. क्षिप्रम ही मानुषे लोके सिद्धिर भवति कर्मजा. कर्म से उत्पन्न होता फल कर्मजा. कर्म से उत्पन्न होता फ्रूट क्षिप्रम लभते मानुषे लोके सिद्धिर भवति कर्मजा. तमेव शरणं गच्छ सर्वभावेन भारत तत्प्रसादात् परं शांति स्थानं प्राप्यति शाश्वतम्. That is the reason. तमेव शरणं गच्छ. तमेव शरणं गच्छ सर्वभावेन भारत. That is the reason. Always take refuge in dharma. Tameva sharanam gaccha sarvabhavena bharata tat prasadat param shantim sthanam prapyati shaswatam. What a beautiful way Valmiki builds the story. Who would have thought that when sorrow is engulfed everywhere, Valmiki via Dasarath is teaching us pearls, 3 shlokas, that too we are doing it in the Purushottama month. तो ये विललाप करती है ब्यूटिफुली. लेट अस लिसन टू द वाणी ऑफ रामायणी महाराज. कौसल्या गोज टू द अटर स्टेट ऑफ सारो. हे मेरे जीवन आराध्य, हे चक्रवर्ती नरेश, हे क्षमाशील, मैं भी धर्म को जानती हूँ, मैं धर्म का तत्व भी जानती है. ये तो वाणी हिंदी, शुद्ध हिंदी, गंगा जल जैसा. रामायणी लाइक डोंगरे जी महाराज भागवत में रामायण तो रामायणी से सुनाना चाहिए. ते हे मेरे जीवन आराध्य दशरथ, डोंट थिंक दैट आई हैव येल्ड एट यू. हे आई नो धर्म. हे मेरे जीवन आराध्य, हे चक्रवर्ती, हे नरेश, हे क्षमाशील, मैं भी धर्म को जानती हूँ, मैं धर्म का तत्व भी जानती हूँ. यह भी जानती हूँ कि आप धर्म के मर्म के विशेष जानकार हैं. यह भी जानता हूँ कि आप राम को मुझसे अधिक प्यार करते हैं. लुक एट द सेम फ्लो. यह भी जानती हूँ कि आपका हृदय मेरी अपेक्षा अधिक वात्सल्य है. ये भी जानता हूँ आप कोमल हृदय. Itna, if he recites, imagine, Mainto Chudra Janma. Imagine if Ramayana ji in Gaon, Bareilly, here and there on the Ganga that bay, using lantern lamp, he used to talk Ramacharitra and Ramakatha. यह भी जानता हूं कि आप सत्य प्रतिज्ञा है, सत्य संकल्प है और सत्य पुरुष है। यही मैं जानता हूं कि आपने कैकेयी को प्रसन्न करने के लिए राम को निर्वासित नहीं किया है, फिर भी मैंने पुत्र वियोग से दुखी हूं, आप भी हूं। ऐसा कर जानामि धर्मम धर्मज्ञत्वं जाने सत्यवादिनम पुत्र शोकार्तया तत्तु मया किमपि भाषितम। पुत्र शोक लेकर मैं बात करता हूं, क्षमा कीजिए महाराज, आप तो मेरा प्राणाधिपक है। ये तो वाणी। सो वी आर दर पूर्व कथा। सो कौसल्या pours her heart, and the Dasarata listening to Kausalya crying, Shoko nashyate dharmyam, shoko nashyate dhairyam, shoko nashyate shrutam, shoko nashyate sarvam, nasti shoka samaripuhu. Look at that lady. There is nothing like grieving. Don't keep on grieving. Shoko nashyate dhairyam, shoko nashyate shrutam. Shoko will give the sense of making decisions. Shrutam. Shoko nashyate sarvam nasti shoka samaripuhu. Shakyam apatitaha sodum prahara ripu hastataha sodum apatitaha shoka susukshmapi na shakyate. If somebody is throwing arrow at you, Shakyam apatitaha sodum prahara. Prahara means sword. If somebody throws sword at you, I tell you, you can hold it. Shakyam apatitaha sodum. You can stop it. But you cannot control the sorrow. But you have to do vaijita sthita prajnaha. Sodum apatitaha shoka susukshma api na shakyate. When the sorrow engulfs you, it will overcome you. So try to be conqueror of your mind. Ye dharmagyaha shruti mantopi chinna dharma samshayaha yatayo veera muhyanti shokaha sammuda chetasa. That's what Krishna says. Even for people who are considered to be rishis and munis, shoka engulfs. Even Vyasa is not escaping that. When Urdhvareta Shuka Brahman walks on Ganga Tat, he cannot see him walking Digambara. Putrepi tanmayataya taravo binetuhu. Vasishta, when he loses his son, he prays to the Lord that I am going to take my life by falling in the sea. Vasishta. That's what he says. Sruti mantopi chinna dharma samshaya. Who can dissect the Dharma Shastra, they are not excused from this. They cannot conquer. Yatayo viraha mukhyanti shoka. Everybody falls prey for this shoka. Shoka sammuda chetasaha vanavasaya ramasya. Pancharatra adhyaganyate ya shoka hata harshaya. Panchavarsha upamo mama. Only 5 days have passed here, Rajan. It looks like 5 years. Tamhi chintayama manaya shoko ayam hridi vardate. Adhinam hiva vegena samudra salilam mad. As if a forceful river, Ganga, comes and joins the ocean. The sorrow has come and hit me, and it has torn my heart into 1,000 pieces. Vanavasaya ramasya pancharatra adhyaganyate yashoka hata harshaya. It has killed my happiness. Panchavarsha upo mama tamhi chintayamanaya shoko ayam hridi vardate. It has torn my chest. Adhinam, I have become helpless. Vegena samudra salilam. Vegena salilam samudrait. As if the forceful Ganga, Ma Ganga, comes and joins the ocean too. She is very happy to meet her husband. That is the Tatparya. That's why when she comes, so forceful she comes, joining the ocean. Like that, this sorrow has come and engulfed me. Evam hi katayantya tu Kausalyayaha shubham vacha mandarashmihi abhut suryo rajanicha abhyavartat. Then that night fell, 5th night. 3 sargas, 63, 64, 65, Swarga Roha of Dasarath. In Pitru Shraddha, if you are not able to do Shraddha, they say, if you follow Puranic practices, पुष्टि मार्ग लोग करते हैं, और निम्बारकर भी. You are said that you can just recite any Purana Patana. So, one important thing is Ganga Avatarana of Bhagirath in Balakanda. The second thing is 63, 64, 65th Sarga, Dasarath ki Swarga Arohan. So, we are going to do, and it's so, दास को इतना हर्ष होता है कि जिट्टूबाई जी है इस कथा सिचुएशन में. ततः प्रघ्रादितः वाक्यः देव्या कौसल्यया नृपः शोकेन समाक्रान्तः निद्राय वशं ये इवान. Having listened to the crying of sorrowful crying of Mata Kausalya, Raja fell asleep. Shokena sa samakrantah, engulfed with shoka. Nidraya vasham ye ivan. Nidraya vasham ye ivan. That means he fell unconscious. How long he fell? Pradibuddho muhurtena shoka upahata chetana. Ata raja Dasarataha sa chintam abhyapadyata. He was thinking, and the Vaikuntha Pati comes into his chest. So it's time. There is a time to meet the Maker, they say. Prabuddho muhurtena, 48 minutes. One muhurta is 48 minutes. Ek दिन तो 30 मुहूर्त, एक मुहूर्त इज 2 घटी 24 मिनट्स. ये तो शास्त्र में ऐसा ही होता है. So 148 minutes he fell unconscious, and then what did he do? He was thinking about the Purana Purusha Vishnu, because there is one charcha. Dasarath Swayam Sharanagati nahi kiya. Then you say Ramayana is Sharanagati Grantha, but Manasik mein kiya. Why he should do? He and Mata Kausalya have begotten Paramapurusha, Sharanagata Vatsala. Kadha nunam kadha priya pita putram na hastayo dadidve vrikta barhishaha. Beautiful Veda. It says, if you are thinking about Purana Purusha, don't you think it is his responsibility to take care of you? Why you worry? Kadha nunam kadha priya. Kadha priya means the one who is benevolent. Vadhanyaha, Sanskrit mein Vadhanyaha, such a benevolent Mahaprabhu Ram. Certainly, have you not seen daily? Veda asks, that is Veda. If you know the Artha, ye to Rug hai, Rugved mein aata hai. Hey Manushya, don't you see a father and a mother? A child was born, it's 2 days, people have bonded that with a swaddle cloth, so the child cannot do anything. He or she cannot turn, he cannot beat her legs. All he or she can do is simply cry, Hey Ram. But then what happens? Pita or Mata or Dada, Nana, Nani, if they hear just simply one sound of that baby, they cry, and then alingan karke, they make sure that the baby is safe, so they huddle. That is the reason we do swaddling cloth. Veda says, Pita putram na hastayo dadidve. Hey Manushya, have you not seen how a father reacts to a crying baby? He immediately comes, puts his hand, and then gives that comfort. Dadidve hastayo. This is not only for one person. Na. Jitubai ki Mata Shri bhi wahi karti thi. Mera Mata Shri bhi wahi karti thi. So, hastayo na dadidve. Likewise, God will come running to you. You just do what you have to do. Can you believe this is Veda? Why? Because he is Paramapita. What did we say? Dasarath ji ne Paramapita ko dhyan karta hai. Dhyayam iti Narayanaha. He is the one who has to be eulogized. Dhyan karna to Narayan ko kachiye. Yo no dhata sanaf pita maham ugra isha nakriti ayaman ugro puru asahu go aswasya pradhatuna. ऋग्वेद अष्टमंडल में आता है, ये ही, ये परम पिता, ये इंद्र, ये मरुतु, you name anything you want, it doesn't matter, but take that he is your parama pita. Yo no dhata son of pita, mahan pita, is a great pita. Ugra is very forceful in protecting you. Ishana Kriti. Ishana means one is Niyanta. Ishvara mane Niyanta. He is the one who is capable of controlling you. Ayam and Ugro Puru Vasu. All the wealth jnana, every wealth rests in him. Puru Vasuhu. You just simply want Veda ask, give me horse, give me goat, give me gang. Why are you asking that? Ask Paramapada. Go Aswasya Pradhatunaha. So Dasarath ji ne Manasik mein. In that 48 minutes he was thinking and he was taking surrender at the lotus feet of Ram. Prabuddho muhurtena shoka upahata chetana ata raja dasharataha sachintam abhyapadyat. He was thinking then. He woke up. And then he was thinking, why this happened to me? This is where Valmiki gives 3 pearls. Rama Lakshmanayo chaiva vivasate vasavopamam avivesha upasargatat tam tamasuryam ivasuram. This Ayodhya has been, the Chandra has been engulfed, Surya has been engulfed with Rahu, as if eclipse has taken place. They are like Vasava, Magavan, Vasavo Yata, Ramo Vigrahavan Dharmaha, Sadhu Satya Parakramaha, Raja Sarvasya Lokasya, Magava, Vasavo Yata. Maricha says, Ramo Vigrahavan Dharmaha, Sadhu Satya Parakramaha, Raja Sarvasya Lokasya, Magava, Vasavo Yata. As if he is a Indra to the celestial being. Rama is a Dharmavan, Dharma Prabhu. Rama Lakshmanayos Chaiva Vivasati Vasavopamam. That is the reason I brought that reference. So Vibhishana also says, there are very rare in Valmiki, the same sloka exactly repeats verbatim. This is one. Avivesha upasarga mane eclipse. Avivesha upasargatam tamas surya ivasuram sabharye nirgate rame kausalyam koshaleshwara vivakshuhu asita pangam smrutva dushkritam atmana. We are coming into the story. The Pavitra Sarga begins. Vivakshuhu, he was telling to Kausalya, Sabharye, I have made Rama with his wife go away to the forest. I have separated you from them. Hey Mata Shri, hey Kausalya. Kosaleshwara Kausalya. She is also in a way our own wealth lady. Vivakshuhu asita pangam, with deep sorrowful eyes. Asita pangam, cryful deep eyes. Smritva dushkritam atmanaha dushkritam smritva. He was listening to the Dushkritam Atmanaha. Somebody is waiting at the doorstep. Srutva Dushkritam Atmanaha Saraja Rajanim Sashtim Rame Pravrajite Vanam Ardharatre Dasharataha Samsmaram Dushkritam Kritam. Then the story is between the 5th night and the 6th night. So, whole one day gone. And on the 6th night of Ram leaving Ayodhya, Dasaratha imagines what has happened to him. Sa Raja Rajanim Sashtim, 6th night. Rame Pravrajite Vanam Ardharatri. On the 6th night at midnight, 12 o'clock. Ardharatre Dasharataha Samsmaran Dushkritam Kritam. Samsmaran Atmanaha Dushkritam Kritam. He was thinking about the misdeeds, what he did. Sa Raja Putra Shokarta Smaran Dushkritatmanaha Kausalyam Putra Shokartam Idam Vachanam Abravit. Now he is telling to Kausalya, I know why this happened. This is where life story begins. Ramakatha Adbhut. Yad acharati kalyani shubham va yadi va shubham tateva labate badre karta karmajam atmana. I now know why I am suffering. Yad acharati kalyani shubham va yadi va shubham tadeva labate badre karta karma jamatmanaha. Karta karma jamatmanaha yad labate karmam tatpalam. Guru lagavam arthanam arambhe karmanam. One sloka I finished. Second, listen. Guru, this is importantly for merchants like Gujarati boys. Imagine, Dasaratha gives a story, management story. Guru lagavam arthanam arambe karmanam palam. Guru lagavam, sure, unsure. If you are in a wavering mind, Guru mane sure, lagavam mane unsure. This is a lesson. for merchants and businessmen. When you start a karma, plan. If you do not plan, if you do not analyze, analyze with surety, lagavam. If you fail to do the analysis, guru lagavam arthanam karyanam gurum lagavam arambe. If you start without analyzing, merchant log, karmanam phalam dosham vayo na janati phalam. Whether this karma is good or bad, whether this karma is for sure going to yield good results or bad results, will it give good results or bad results? If you do not understand, at least make an effort to understand in the beginning what else you want. This is what I did. Hey Kausalya, there is cause and there is an effect. If you need a fruit, you need to have a tree. Guru lagavam arthanam arambe karmam phalam dosham va yona janati arambe. When you are not planning in the beginning, knowing the bad acts of that karma, dosham na janati arambe, then you are like a useless person. Sabhalaiti uchate, so the result also will be bad. Guru lagavamartanam arambe karmanam palam dosham va yona janati sa balaiti. Balaiti means unclear. Child, but here you have to take unclear. Kaschit ambravanam chitva palasham cha nishinchati. He gives an example. I'll give you an example. I was walking and I saw a big orchard of mango. Then I saw a big orchard of palasa. Palasa is known as flame of the forest. When you look at mango leaf, it is small. More importantly, when you look the flower of mango, so small, tiny, like an ant. But that's what gives itna swadu, alfonsa, amra, pala, mango. Whereas, if you look at this palasa flower, it's called flame of the forest. There is no leaf. Everything is flower. Reddish, orange flower, that's all. So this guy thought, without thinking, the next door neighbor has a palasa vriksha with orange blossomed flowers, but my ambra is only giving small flower. So let me cut this ambra plant and then plant this palasa pala. Because I know if my ambra with this small flower is giving this swadu mango fruit in the summer season, imagine this palasa vriksha, the flame of the forest, is giving this much flower. So imagine I will get this big fruit out of it. So he didn't think, he didn't analyze properly. What he did, without consulting anybody, any botanist or agriculture specialist, he cut the entire amra garden, entire mango tree he cut, and then he planted all the palasa tree. Then waited to get the fruit. There came shock. Pushpam drishtva pale gridnuhu na shochati palamagame. He thought he will get fruit, but nothing came. Simply flower fall down. Pushpam drishtva pale gridnuhu. He was looking for gridnuhu, aspiring, coveting for big fruits out of palasa. So he didn't consult, he didn't analyze. What he got? Nothing. Kaschita ambravanam chitva palasham nishinchati. Nishinchati money, he put water. Shinchati. Put water. Nourished. Pushpam drishtva pale gridruhu nashochati palagame. He didn't get fruit. Imagine, that is what happened to me. I didn't think. In the middle of the night, why would an elephant come to drink water? I didn't think when I was young. That is the reason. I didn't analyze that. I was so engulfed with kama or mascharya, madam mascharya, itna mera tha, because I was yuva. People told I was shaktisali, so I didn't think. What happened? I cut mango tree and planted bad thing, which is palasa vriksha. But palasa is good for all the yaga. We use only palasa. That's a different story. Avijñaya, then he gives the third sloka. Avijñaya palam yohi karmatu anuvadati. Palam karmatu anuvadati. Now I realize, what is the fruit out of cutting the mango tree and planting the palasha? Nothing, because I did the wrong thing. So I should only get the wrong, unsuccessful results. Unsuccessful result was the entire orange flower that fell down with no fruit. So I became a pauper. Phalam anudhavati karma. That is how always Das only picks up the word verbatim from that sarga when we discuss the sarga and takes that as a makuta, as the title of the subject. Phalam anudhavati. Phalam always follows. There is a cause effect. Phalam anudhavati karma. What you sow, so you reap. Beautiful. Avijnaya, if you don't think like this man who cut the entire Amra Vriksha, Avijnaya, without thinking, without analyzing, without even asking somebody, Avijnaya palam yohi karmatu anudhavati palam anudhavati karma sa shochete palavelayam yata kim shuka sechakaha kim shuka sechakaha yata kim shukam mane palasa vriksha. Both are same. Like what happened when I was hoping palakalayam, palavelayam, when I was hoping next summer I am going to get this much palasha fruit. Nothing came. God. So aham amravanam chitva palasham cha nyashe chayam ramam palagame tyaktva paschati shochami dhurmati. I begotten a great dharmatma like Rama. Like this person let this Amra Vriksha go, I let this Dharmatma Ram go away. So I should be responsible for the pain. Can you believe? 3 shlokas, life management lesson. That is Ramayana. Why he labored 119 sarga, Ayodhya Kand. What is the Kaikeyi asked 2 vows, Dasarath ke, Rama was asked to go. Finish. Itna dharma, Rajaniti, Jivana Niti. This is Jivana Niti, Rajaniti, Shastra Niti, Sabhi. If you read Ramayana like that, Dhanyaho. So aham amravanam chitva. I am the person who quelled all the mango trees. This Dharmatma was near me. He is Purushottama. He is near me. I failed to see. So saha aham amravanam chitva palasham cha nyashechayam nyashechayam. I nourished Palasha. Who is Palasa here? Kaikeyi. You understand this? Out of lust, I was trying to yield to Kaikeyi, Nyashechayan. I was feeding her. Even until 60,000 years, the first thing he will do when he comes from Darbar is only go to Kaikeyi. So he was feeding her. What happened? He didn't know that it's not Amra. It turned out to be Palasa. No fruit. What is the fruit out of it? Rama went. Dasarath gone. All these 3 people became Vidavas. Ambravanam chitva palasham cha nyashe chayam ramam palagame tyaktva. The fruit was lying low. Ram was there. When you come, when you go, you are seeing Paramapurusha. Ram, you come, he will come. Go, he will go. Next time Sumantra goes, come, your father. He didn't ask anything. Your father calls me. Now only I came to my house. Why are you calling me Sumantra? Did he say, Alagalalata gagani aranmuni etu ungano alagalalata. Even for Vishwamitra, he was just enjoying the beauty, Saundarya, Saukumaryam. Alagalalata gagani aranmuni. He gave his sense. Vishwamitra gave his sense when Ram and Lakshman was walking on Ganges. He was just sitting. This Brahma is coming here as 12-year-old, 14-year Balak and listening to whatever I say. He just said, Uto, Dhanushko, Uto, Utdiya. Ramam palam agame tyaktva paschati shochami. Then what is the purpose of me crying? Me to dhurmati. He admits. That is what I said. So many Shastra. Repent. वो तो अनुताप करो परंतु गम्यताम. Don't keep dwelling. You have to live the life. दास को यही वाणी रामायण से आता है. अनुताप परंतु गम्यताम. चिरम दुःखस्य 2 times I said that. रामो विग्रहवान धर्मः साधु सत्य परा धर्मयि जीना. लोको धर्मस्य प्रतिष्ठाम. Veda says So that Valmiki writes twice, exact verbatim. Then in the Ayodhya Kanda, 40th Sarga and 50th Sarga, this pearl come. Everybody goes through sorrow. But don't be overpowered and sucked by sorrow. There is a bright day tomorrow. Iski meharbani. Chiram dukkha. Don't keep on dwelling. That is why nobody in Sanatana Dharma, they don't even keep that night. The Shauko, that day itself you have to dahan karna chahiye. Because if you keep it, you will keep on dwelling. What is the purpose? O to gaya, Vaikuntha gaya. It's not that 50 days you keep. Chiram Rama says this. Chiram dukkasya papishtam. He says that is papa. You keep dwelling on sorrow for a long time. That is sin. This man is an example. He had some health issue. He overcame it. We are seeing Ramayan Pratyaksha. Chiram dukkasya papishtam ghamyatam arthasiddhaye. Hey Manushya, ghamyatam. Keep moving, keep marching, arthasiddhaye, to reach your goal. 40th Sarga, same thing, 50th Sarga, Valmiki repeats. Chiram dukkasya papiyo gamyatam arthasiddhaye. Only when it is related to life management, to boost the hope, Valmiki repeats. Right? Similarly, when Hanuman comes to see Mataji, she tells, Hanuman asks, hey Mata Sri, how are you be able to live without Prabhu? She gives a beautiful example. You should, if I had money, I would etch this in a golden plate. I don't have. So I keep it in my heart here. युद्धकांड में, सुंदरकांड में मारुति पूछता है माता श्री को, हाउ आर यू एबल टू लिव? हे मारुत, डोंट यू नो? मेरा नानी सेज, बुआ सेज, man lives for 100 years. In that 100 years, don't you ever think that one day you will see positive thing in life? Hope. That is what kept me living. Hope. Kalyani batagate laukiki pratibhati me jete jivantam anandau naram varsha sadadapi. In that 100 years, will I not get a positive day? That is the good word. Kalyani bhatagate yam proverb. Mera bua says, Nani says, Nanaji says. I had listened when I was growing up. Kalyani vachakam. Kalyani bhatagate yam, gate mane proverb. Kalyani bhatagate yam laukiki pratibhati me. It is making rounds in the world for age-old times. How people lived. Hope. Ete, that is life. Ete jivantamanandam naram varsha sadadapi. Same thing. Bharata was looking for Ram for 14 years. Tomorrow is going to be the 15th year. Prabhu did not come. He was taking the Atiti Satkara of Bharadwaja Muni. Ram sent Maruti. Then he saw first time Bharat. Maruti ka Prathama Samvad. He says, did I see Ram here? Both are same. He is Valkaladhari, he is Jatadhari. What is this? He asks, hey Bharata Shrestha, why have you got to do this? What have you made that you live like a pauper here instead of ruling the Rajya? Faith. Hey Maruti, don't you know? Kalyani batagateyam laukiki pratibhati me yete jivantam anandau naram varsha sadadapi. Only 3 places. Eto Vani. Ramam palamagame tyakva pachati shochami durmati. Labdha shabdena kausalye kumarena dhanushmata kumara shabda vediti maya papam idam kritam. He is telling the story of Shravana Kumar. Eto katha shuru. Labdha shabdena, I got elated when I was a young man. Before even marrying you, Kalyani, I was carried away. People said Dasarath is a mighty warrior. Dhanushmata, Dasharatha, Labdha Shabdena, I got carried away by this elation. Kumarena, when I was a youth, Kumara Shabda Vediti, then I had a bow called Shabda Vedi. The bow can understand where the sound came and it will go and hit with the bana. So I was proud that I had this Shabda Vedi ban. Papam, that made me to do this papam. I am going to tell you the story, listen. Tomorrow is gone. He is repenting. You have to repent for your mistakes. And then it has to give you the phala. What was the phala? Shop. Phalu ho gaya. Muni shop. Labda shabdena kausalye kumarena dhanushmataha kumara shabda vediti maya papam idam kritam. Why did this happen, Kausalya? I am telling the truth. This is at least the time that I am telling the truth and I am repenting. Tat idam me anusampraptam devi dukkha swayam kritam. This is the mistake I did. Dukkha swayam kritam. Sammohat iya balena yatasyat bhakshitam visham. As if the child doesn't know which is honey and which is wish. Sammohat, without no understanding, without clear understanding, like children, the two teenagers, they won't listen. They do what they want. I have a teenager, understand. Sammohat iya balena yatasyat bhakshitam visham. Visham bhaktitam yata. As if a child didn't think which is good, which is bad, it drank the visha. I would have known that in the middle of the night, where come that elephant would come. I didn't make the judgment. I was like a foolish person. Balyavat. Yatanyaha purusha kaschit palashaihi mohito bhavet. I became succumbed by this ego. Evam mamapi avijñātam shabdavedhyam palam. Like that child who cannot distinguish, I could not distinguish whether the sound is genuinely made by elephant. I did not use my judgment. I hit this Shabdavedi ban. Devya anudatvam devi anudatvam vivah. Beautiful. Why we call marriage vivah? What do we call vivah? This is a greatest thing. Yam sita mama sutta saka dharmachari tava pratitya chainam badram te panim grinnishva panina. Janakaji takes the hand of Ram and then binds that with Mata Sri Sita. That is Vivah. Vivahotsava Kale Mangalani Santu. Vivah utpanna hota hai Vahan se. Vahan mane what? Vehicle. When an husband and man come to unison under Shastra, they are going to lift that family like Jaisa vehicle. Viseshena Vahanam iti Vivaham. So this man and this wife are going to do dharma kriyas to uplift the family, give birth to children, who will again do vivah and keep on prospering and doing and carrying on the dharma activities. Vivaha like Vahan Jaisa. Viseshena Vahan Jaisa. Vahan se aata hai, vivag se vidha asa hai. Anuda, anuudha. Vagh se uda aata hai. Uda, vivag, both are same. Anuda mane without marriage. This happened when you were not married. Anuda. Anuda utpanna hota hai. Na vivag iti anuda. Vivag mane vehicle. Vahan. Viseshena vahan. Dharma paripalane ke liye ek dampatya vahan jaisa. Ye to Samskrita Vani. So, what is Vivag? Vivag is nothing but a vehicle. Dharma prajartam vrinimaye. It is for begetting a son or a daughter to propagate dharma. This vehicle has been formed as a carriage. Vivah dharma prajartam vrinimaye. That is what Janakaji lifted the hand. Panim grinnishva. That is Vivah. Not tying Mangal Sutra, but it's Sishtachar. Vivag mane bonding a man and a woman to propagate dharma as a vehicle. And a vehicle can come only in those days when two bulls are drawing that vehicle on the same time. That's why men and a woman are like a two bull drawing the vehicle. What is that vehicle doing? The vehicle is carrying dharma. That is the reason man and a woman, two bulls coming in unison, carrying the vehicle of dharma, vivaha. Beauty. So, Dasarath says, you are not married. This from the word I took this charcha. Danyu. Devi anudatvam. You are unmarried. Vahana na uda. Anuda na vahana. Aisa aata hai. Tvam abhavo yuvarajo bhavamyam. I was like a man, yuvaraja, young man, 20 years old. Tataha pravrida anuprapta mada kama vivardani. Then came this rainy season. Pravrid mane rainy season. Already I was young. The season also intoxicated me. Tataha, after that pravrida, anuprapta, madakama vivardani. I was engulfed with this love and lust and ego. Upasyasi rasam bhaumamsu tatvacha jagatam shubhihi pareta acharitam bhimam ravihi avishedhi. Valmiki becomes a poet. This sarga, we have seen how he is a management guru. We have seen how he is a philosopher. Now we are seeing how he is a kavi. Can you believe? This is a sarga of sorrow. Okay, so far he had given life lessons. We needed it, 3 slokas. Then he talked about philosophy. Now why should he drag on the story? Because this is what you should read Ramayana. Sanskritata for you. Then the rainy season came. He is becoming a physicist. In those days he is talking how rain came. Jittibai, aap suniye. He tells how rain came. Upasyasi rasan bhauman. By drying, upamsyasi means by drying the water in the ground. Bhaumane rasane. Bhauma rasan mane water. What is the chemical in the ground? Water. So, how did this rain come, Devi? You understand. The sun. Jagate amshubhihi, rays. The sun having the rays torches the ground and then dries the water. That goes up, and then as the earth and the sun rotate, it gets concentrated, and then it becomes heavy and it drops. Pareta acharitam bhimam ravihi avishate disham. When the sun goes southern direction, that means the rays are in the other direction. These vapor go up because sun is not torching there. When the sun can torch the ground and take the water, you can yourself flame, then it is going up, this vapor is going up. Why can't the sun's rays dry it? But the sun has turned. It has gone in the southern direction, so it is safe. Ushnam antargate sadhya snigna dadrishire ghana. Ghana mane clouds. Ushnam antargata. That sun's rays have gone. So this cloud has become heavy. Snigdaha, heavy. Imagine. He is talking how rain is made several thousand years back. Danya. No physicist in India has read Ramayana. Ushnam antargata, the sun's rays have gone. Satyaha, that time, snigda dadrishire gana. The gana, the clouds are intact. Tataha jakshire sarve. Then it flows down. Because it is becoming heavy, it has to drop it somewhere, so it is dropping on the ground. This is how rain is made. How much we have seen in this sarga. Tataha jakshire sarve. Then it jakshire, it makes everywhere quench with water. Rain comes. That is the reason. After Grishma Rutu, Sharad Rutu comes. Before Grishma Rutu, you get after Grishma Rutu, you get also rain. Ye maas mein, Vaikashi, Ani Adi. After sun, heavy torching sun, you get this Rutu, Varsha Kal aata hai. That's why Kartik. In Kartik mein itna rain hota hai. Isiliye, because prior to Kartika Masa, we have seen enough suns right now. Ushnam antardate sadhya snigdha dadrishire ghanaha tataha jakshire sarve. Everywhere it is green. When it is green, what happens? I saw the sound of frog. I saw peacock dancing. I saw Chataka Pakshi longing to get water directly from the rain. So this season, you are also succumbing into circumstance. That is what Valmiki says. Environment will be everything. Somebody may be dancing, somebody may be drinking. But your son should concentrate on studies. If he is perplexed or disturbed, walk away. I didn't walk away. Not only I was Yuva, I was engulfed with all this kama, krodha, moha and all these external things. The environment also forced me. I didn't control myself because Baka, the frog came. In the rainy season only frog comes. Baka, what all came? Baka, Saranga, Chataka Pakshi. Saranga mane Chataka Pakshi. Because the Chataka Pakshi will only wait for rainy season to drink water directly from the clouds. I have not seen. Let's take it. Baka I have seen, frog. Here we don't see. Beka. Saranga Barhinaha. Peacocks only dances when it sees the cloud. Beautifully. So, the season also tortured me, Kausalya. My own Yavanam, the season, everything tortured me. Ushnam antaredade sadhyaha snigdha dadrishire ganaha tata jakshire sarve bheka saranga barhinaha klinna pakshottara snata krichadiva vatarina patatrinaha. Patatrina mane, the one with feathers, bird. So, when this happened, he is describing the environment, beauty, look at this. When this rainy season was coming, it was becoming dark one day. The birds were sulking in the water, and when the birds were sulking in drenched in water, they cannot fly. When they cannot fly, they became heavy and they were suffering. Krichram mane suffering. Krichram mane tafas. That's what when you do the upavas, they say Krichram. Krichram mane suffering. The birds, because of drenched in water, they cannot fly. They were finding it difficult to go to their nest. Patatrinaha krichra diva. Look at how this man is sitting and then telling what is happening in the environment. Can you believe? So the birds could not fly because the wings became heavy. So they were suffering in pain, not able to go to their nest. Klinna pakshottara, that means sunken with water. Paksha uttara on the top. Vrishtavata vadhuna vaduta grane padapane abhipedire. They were finding it very difficult to go to their nest. So it was a heavy rainy season. He is describing the rainy season. So that time, patitena ambasa channa patamanena asakritaha. Asakritaha, it was non-stop rain. They say no, in monsoon, non-stop. Asakrita, because it was krita mane finished. The rain was not finished. It was overpouring. Everything was engulfed. The whole world was engulfed with water. That is the reason. He is telling how this elephant misunderstood the river and came because it was a rainy season. Everywhere it is water. So I thought it is everywhere water. The elephant did not know where to go. So it came in the night. He is reasoning. It's irrational reasoning. But still Valmiki uses his brain to do. Then I and you cannot write a kavya like this. Danyaho. Patitena ambasa channaha. The channa mane engulf. The entire world was engulfed with the pouring water which was non-stop rain. Cats and dogs. Patamanena cha asakritaha. Non-stop. Abhavau matta sarangaha toya rashihi vachalaha. Then all these elephants, the elephants were on these clouds. It was pouring and I saw the clouds and I mistook that they were the group of the elephant because the clouds are black and the elephants are black. So I mistook the clouds as if they were elephants. Abhavau mattas, with mighty elephant, Sarangamani elephant. Toya Rashihi Vachalaha. Toya Rashi. These water clouds, I thought, mistake them as an elephant. Pandu Aruna Varnani Srotamsi Vivalanyapi Susruvu Giridhatubi Sabasmi Sabhasmasmi Bhujangavati. Then water was pouring, Kausalya. What happened? I thought the rivers are flowing swachha, But because this rain was pouring, everywhere there were minerals. That is the reason, because it was minerals everywhere, the white water was showing like tamra. Panduhu Aruna Varnani. Aruna Mane, the rays before sun come, you see the orange sun. So he says, this Panduhu river, this Salilam used to be clean, Pandu, white. But because these rains were pouring, it was carrying. Valmiki says this, what is happening today? Susruhu Giri Dhatu bihi means mineral, Dhatu, Giri, minerals. The Sanskrit word for Giri Dhatu bihi. It was smeared everywhere with Giri Dhatu. And it looked to me that the river was like a snake covered with bhasma. With this water was covered with Giri Dhatu bihi. I mistook that to be a snake covered with bhasma. Sa bhasmani bhujangavati pandu aruna varnani srotamsi mane river and streams. Pandu varnani srotamsi vimalanyapi. This river is white and clean, but I mistook it because of the flow of the minerals, copper minerals. Because it says tamra mane copper. Pandu aruna varnani srotamsi vimalanyapi susruvuhu giridatubihi sa bhasmani bhungavati. Then I mistakenly took my bow and hit something. What did I hit is the story. Next week. Pavamana sududu patu